Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On page 3, number 2, where you have variation of the other paper. The first paragraph, second line of the first paragraph, where the business was allowed by the Honorable Minister, for the Honorable Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure to take the floor. 2 is missing. Thank you. Let me read.
Specifically where?
Yes, let me read the whole sentence. The Honorable Speaker invoke Order 14.3 of the standing orders and varied the order of the business to allow the Honorable Minister for Transport, Works and Infrastructure to take the floor. 2 is missing, so we need to add it. Thank you.
Honorable members, I was having consultations with table office. They are claiming that that's the usual standard they write these things. But as I said, it's always the ball is always in your court. Whatever you decide is for you to decide how you want it done. So what the honorable member for Adjournment is suggesting is that for Minister for Transport, Works and Infrastructure, take the floor. Instead of take the floor, to take the floor. That's what her suggestion is, for us to put 2 in between infrastructure and take. The others, the table office said, even the previous ones, that's the way they coined it. So it's now for honorable members to decide on what next. Yes, honorable member for Kiang West.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. The 2 between business and allowed would fit for this particular sentence. If you read this sentence, between business and allowed, it reads, the Honorable Speaker invoked Order 14.3 of the standing orders and varied the order of the business to, and varied the order, the order of the business to allow the Honorable Minister for Transport, Works and Infrastructure take the floor. To allow. So
yeah, on my document, to allow is there. Business to allow the Honorable Minister is what we have. Now, the proposal made by the Honorable Member for Adjournment is now the last bit of it, infrastructure. Take the floor. She is suggesting that infrastructure to take the floor.
So that's what I'm saying.
Now,
I mean, that is sufficient. That too is sufficient. If you, yes, perfect.
You are saying that this one is in order as it is?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yes, honorable member for, is it Woolist?
Yes, Chair, I think in spoken English it will be okay, but in written English you need the to take the floor is better.
Yes, honorable members, it's for you to make a decision. Either we leave it as it is or we put the toe before it. We put the toe as suggested. Honorable members, we are in agreement. We put toe after infrastructure to take the floor. Honorable members, we now move to page 4. Members, we now move to page 5. Honorable members, we now move to page 6. Honorable member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, question 093, Honorable Member for Serakunda. These questions brought a lot of confusions due to Minister of Lands, the words he uttered, saying big mouth opposition. I think it should be featured. Yeah.
Honorable, well, you have your own standards. I don't know why we easily change things because of one incident. The standard has been this way. There are more important questions posed. We have not recorded them. More important things said. We have not recorded them. But he said the question 93 is talking about question number 093 2025 by Honorable Member for Serekunda.
Yes.
Was asked, answered, and generated 5 supplementary questions which were answered.
Yeah.
And that was what happened. Was it? Was that what happened?
Yeah.
Yes, but what was said or not said is not what is here.
It is
what was said, we don't know. But what he said is, this question was asked, it generated this number of supplementary questions, and those supplementary questions were answered.
Honorable Speaker, I think we need to improve on this record of vote and proceeding. How? Because we should have whether properly answered or not properly answered, for us to have correct record of vote and proceeding.
Honorable, how would you determine whether it is properly answered or not answered?
It's the members of parliament that will determine that.
You know, at the end of the day, we will ask parliamentarians to say, was it properly answered or not?
Yes.
Go to the parliament in Fonyi Bintang. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, I in as much as we recognize the observation, from the member for Sami, but these things will be captured on the Hansard record. Once the Hansard is produced, is a verbatim recording of your interventions. So the minister's statements have been captured on the Hansard. But these are record of votes that have been taken during the proceedings. So cannot feature here. Thank you.
You know, in the Hansard, even if you cough, it will be said, Honorable Speaker coughed. So these are just minutes, record of minutes and proceeding, a summary of what has transpired, a guideline. But if you want the details, as the Majority Leader said, Honorable members, any more on page 6? Yes, Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Speaker, what he has just raised cannot be captured. But however, there has been conversation surrounding this, and motions, orders were raised for Honorable Minister to withdraw that. And that has to be captured. That question, response to that question may not, the content of his response may not be captured there, but there were conversations after that one. Until Honorable Speaker made a ruling.
Honorable Member, Majority Leader.
Much that there were attempts for the minister to retract the decision, but there was never a vote or a motion for you to withdraw a statement. Let's put the record straight. But like I said, all these things will be captured on the Hansard record. It's as a verbatim recording. Thank you.
Special had happened because I don't understand. We have never witnessed where we are writing minutes and all these things. We are talking about the content of speakers made. I've never seen it. Why is that request? Yes, honorable member for Woodley East. Then from there, the honorable member for.
Yeah, like the member for Sami said, it was just controversial because the minister mentioned Big Mouth in his pronouncement. But there was no motion, and the speaker never asked him to withdraw, so it passed like that. So I don't think we need to put that in the minutes.
Member for Central Body.
Yes, it was really controversial because a language that was very unparliamentary, it was not accommodative, was used by the minister, and until we had a kind of a standoff, but the speaker advised both parliamentarians and the minister to be polite in using language in the parliament. So it's good to be captured because ministers should not come to the gallery and abuse.
I'm going to capture it. You never moved any motion to say that something wrong has happened. No point of order, nothing. And, pardon? But it does not, your point of order never held water. Honorable, what I understand from what is said by both the member for Kiang West, Majority Leader, and the member for Woolly East, is that there were some ups and downs. But at the end, you continued. Was there a speaker's ruling to say that there was something unparliamentary happening? Yes, but that was a statement. No, that cannot be captured. That will be captured in your records.
Speaker admitted our observations and advised.
Honorable. Put it in the minutes. No, I've never seen that since I came.
Let's move now.
Yeah, let's move. When we want to go into the details, we will get the details from the answer. If you want anything that you think is happening and is not this thing, you will get it. Yes, page 6. Any more on page 6? Thank you very much. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 20th March 2025 be approved with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, before we proceed, if you remember, there is a pending ruling on a point of order raised by the honorable member for Upper Salum on a motion moved by the honorable member for Central Badibu. That was, I think, on the 12th of March, 2025. And I did say that under the conditions, we do it as it is, but I will give a ruling on it. And now that's my ruling on that point of order. Honorable members, you will recall that during the proceedings of Wednesday, 12th March 2025, the Honorable Member for Upper Salon, relying on Order 29.3 of the Standing Orders, rose on a point of order and challenged a fresh motion made by the Honorable Member for Central Badibu for the Assembly to rescind its decision on his original motion. The purpose of the second motion was to enable the Honorable Member for Central Badibu to reframe his original motion. That is, properly put it in an appropriate context. As presiding officer, I was unable to deliver an instant ruling on the matter given its complexity. I therefore asked for time to give an appropriate ruling later. Thus, my ruling is as follows. Honorable members, Order 29.3 reads, it shall be out of order to attempt to consider any specific question upon which the Assembly has taken a decision during the current session, except upon a motion to rescind that decision for which notice must be given. The question on procedure on which I must decide is whether notice must be given in accordance with Order 52.1 of the Standing Orders before a motion to rescind a decision of the Assembly during any current session can be made. Order 52.1 of the Standing Orders states that notice of a motion shall be given by being handed in writing to the table office not less than 5 clear days before the sitting at which it is intended to be debated. Honorable members, a strict or literal reading of Orders 29.3 and 52.1 of the Standing Orders may imply that notice must be given to the table office on all motions seeking to rescind a decision of the Assembly in a current session, except for those motions highlighted under Order 53 of the Standing Orders. However, I would like to take this opportunity to distinguish between a substantive parliamentary motion and a motion incidental to a substantive motion. Furthermore, I am not inclined to agree to a strict general application of Order 29.3 to a motion incidental to a substantive motion. A substantive motion is a standalone motion which introduces a new subject for debate and discussion and requires notice before it is moved. This includes a motion for passing a bill and a motion for the adjournment of the Assembly. A motion incidental to a substantive motion, on the other hand, is a secondary motion which arises in connection with a substantive motion, but does not introduce a new subject for debate and discussion, albeit affecting the substantive motion's procedure or handling. This includes a motion to amend the substantive motion on the basis of a procedural error or to postpone or refer the substantive motion to a committee. To illustrate further, where the text of a substantive motion is not readily intelligible on the face of it, the Assembly may permit the maker of the motion to modify the motion to make it intelligible. However, modifying the substantive motion will have the effect of enabling the Assembly to make an informed decision on the motion and nothing else. This supports the generally recognized principle that Parliament cannot be engaged in a futile exercise. It should be obvious, therefore, that a substantive motion or a main motion is the primary issue of question being debated or discussed, whilst a motion incidental to a substantive motion modifies or affects how the primary issue or question is considered by the Assembly. Honorable members, I have considered the fact that the second motion of the Honorable Member for Central Badibu for the Assembly to rescind its earlier decision on his original motion was not a substantive motion, but an incidental motion. Furthermore, I am convinced the second motion was made in the spirit of helping the Assembly to make an informed decision. I therefore hold that the second motion is permissible under a purposive interpretation of Orders 29.3 and 52.1 of the Standing Orders. This is because the second motion of the Honorable Member for Central Badibu was not intended to alter the effect of the Assembly's earlier decision, but to enrich it by making it clearer. In this regard, I must emphasize that I will have ruled against the second motion of the Honorable Member for Central Badibu if the motion had invited the Assembly to materially change its earlier decision on the original motion. Furthermore, Honorable Members, I hold that the second motion of the Honorable Member for Central Badibu sought to amend the original motion for better decision-making of the Assembly. Honorable Members, we must not negate the significance of incidental motions that do not materially affect the decision or work of the Assembly. Incidental motions generally are an essential tool to allow the Assembly to take corrective decisions or decisions on the substantive motion matters promptly. I am convinced that Order 29.3 of the Standing Orders does not require the mover of an incidental motion to give notice of the motion before moving in the Assembly. Therefore, in accordance with Order 8 of the Standing Orders, I rule that a substantive motion requires prior notice to be given, whilst an incidental motion does not necessarily require a notice. I so rule. I thank you. Clerk, may we proceed?
Bills. Order 72. Consideration State of the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024 by the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology.
Honorable members, you will recall that after the second reading stage, the bill automatically stood referred to the ABC and subsequently committed to the relevant committee for further scrutiny and report back their opinion thereon to the Assembly. Therefore, the bill is appointed today for the consideration stage in accordance with Order 72. During the consideration stage, members shall have the opportunity to give detailed consideration and scrutiny to every clause and schedule in the bill. This stage also provides the first opportunity for amendments to the bill to be debated and voted on. I will now therefore resolve the Assembly into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to give consideration to the bill entitled the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024. The Assembly is now resolved into the Committee of the Whole House. Honorable members, the Assembly now resolves into the Committee of the Whole Assembly. The Assembly will now go into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024, clause by clause. We will be guided by... Honorable members, can you be quiet? You should put your house in order at the detriment of Parliament. You put your house in order and put our house in disorder. We will be guided by Order 72 of the standing orders during the consideration stage. We are going to deal with it clause by clause. Where is the committee? Where is the committee itself? You people should have been closer.
You can hear us.
Pardon?
Yeah, you will be able to hear us.
Let me test. I think you are hearing us. Louder.
No, we can hear you. If you are comfortable there, we are also fine. This time we are on the same wavelength. My good friend outside Parliament. He's my good friend outside Parliament. He used to bring me this thing from Central. Yes, we now comments. Clerk, clause 1, subtitle. It is proposed that clause 1, subtitle will stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor.
Honorable 24. Honorable Chair.
Let's do it this way. Immediately the clerk announces the title and all these things. Before I come in, if you have any comments, just interject.
Yes,
No,
yes.
don't wait until I come in. Immediately the clerk is finished, you come in. If the committee has nothing, if any member has anything, you just call my attention.
Yes,
Please.
We have amendment. It says the committee proposed that clause 1 stand part of the bill with amendment and now be read as this act may be cited as the National Research Innovation Fund Bill 2025.
2025.
Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2025.
Yes, everything remains except 2024, 2025. Yes, honorable member for Woolies.
Yeah, it's 2025 bill. Bill, that's what they have said. So it should be act.
Yes.
He misread it.
I think let's listen to each other. We are in Ramadan. Yes, it says this act may be cited as the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2025. Okay, act. Okay, all right. It's okay.
Yeah, no, he's right. We are in Ramadan.
All right, let's move.
Honorable members, it is proposed that clause 1, subtitle, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clause 2, interpretation. It is proposed, yes.
Yes, I think words like tech hub and incubator should be part of the interpretation. You have support all researchers, incubators, tech hubs, accelerators, entrepreneurs, accelerators again, micro, small. So I'm saying incubator and tech hub need to be defined in the interpretation section.
Why, if we do it now, we may see some orders and determine that they be done. Why don't we go through it as we meet them and they are not interpreted, we ask for their interpretation.
Yeah.
Even if we are taking a decision on it for interpretation, I've just made a ruling on that.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's fine that way.
Honorable Member Willis.
Yes.
Go through the bill. As we go through, you may come across words that you think should be interpreted. You can come out and make that suggestion. If we agree, and it is interpreted, we will ask that it be included in interpretation. Yeah. So,
Then we have chances of.
no, what is being suggested, Honorable Member for Wool East, is that we just leave clause 2 and then we come back to it after we have done all the possible interpretations.
But then
Otherwise, what will happen is, as usual, we just come, when we do one and we want to interpret, we will rescind the earlier decision and then put it in. Rescind the earlier decision, put it in. Why don't we leave it as it is? As we make determination on those to be included, after those things, then we make I put the question. Yeah.
Yeah, but then Chairman, are we even convinced in the first place that we should even interpret tech hub?
Chair.
So this is why we will leave it open for interpretation. When we don't see any, at the end we just put the question.
That's fine. That's good.
You know, we put aside this one, huh? 2.
Clause 3, establishment of the National Research and Innovation Fund.
It is proposed that clause 3, establishment of the National Research and Innovation Fund, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 4, objects of the fund.
Chair. For clause 9, appointment of other staffs, the committee proposed that clause 9 stands part of the bill with amendment with the following. Huh? No, we are in clause 4. Clause 4.
Honorable Speaker, clause 3 to 8, there is no amendment.
No, he has voted that.
Honorable Chair.
We are looking at number 4 of your recommendations. But the relevant clause we are referring to is 4, not 9. I hope you have taken your...
Honorable Chair.
Chairman. Yes. Chairman, Honorable Member.
Chair, I just want to appeal. That is member for Banjul North. I just want to appeal to the committee to be with us in the House. Because what they are doing right now, they are trying to mislead us. We are not even in clause 9 yet. We are in clause 4. So please, just guide us so that we can make the right decision.
Chairman.
Majority Leader, this is what I told you. A non-controversial bill like this, we'll be talking to each other until we cannot finish it. Why can't we pass these small things away and then we continue our work? Please.
Yes, observation.
Yes.
On clause 4 is about drafting choice. Do you want to maintain as their objects or object of the form? Drafters. Do you want to keep the S there or we should knock it off? Object of the form.
That's what we have agreed with the Minister of Justice.
Okay.
It is proposed that clause 4, objects of the fund stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 5, functions of the fund.
It is proposed that, yes, Honorable Member for Wolde East.
Yes, I need some clarification on this because it's saying the fund shall support all researchers. That is understood. Incubators, tech hubs, accelerators, then it goes. But then when it comes to incubators and tech hubs, I understand tech hubs can be a business, but incubator, what does that, is that a business? Is that an equipment? Accelerator.
Yes, Honorable. You want to know what incubator is? Yes, Honorable. Honorable. Now, yeah, you will respond to this one and the next one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. What we are trying to do is incubators will be centers within the structures within the universities and TVET centers, where now students and staff will be able to now come up with some innovators and start some ideas. So that's where it germinates. Yeah. So you are not at the finished end, but it is as if it's in a nursery level. You start the cooking side of it from that end. So that's where you encourage them now to start innovating, coming up with some innovations, coming up with some ideas, and you give them support to build on that. That they try to also, there's the notion of innovation is also embedded in that. That's for the incubators.
It's not the incubator for premature children.
No. That is for about ideas. You have your ideas to start a business or to create something. So it is that unit where we are being supported now, so that you start making it happen, make it real. It moves from an idea to something concrete. Yes. So
interpretation. We'll get there.
But you think we need to interpret this? We don't need it. No. If you cannot understand, what if you now there are a lot of things here that people may understand it different, and you are not interpreting all of them. So what we are saying, these are standard languages in their own academia. So why do you have to, because you are not part of them, you want them to be interpreted. And interpreting this will be so long and difficult. Yes?
Yeah.
Honorable Member for Same.
Yes, thank you very much. I just want to say that,
Same, where are you?
Yes, I'm here. I just want to say that, every field has their own language.
So this is not journalism.
Yes.
This is not journalism.
It's not a health side where you talk about incubator. This is an academic field.
Honorable members, do we agree that we continue? It is proposed that functions of the fund stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 6, Executive Director.
Yes. Any from committee? Committee? No. All right. Here, West.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. Clause 6.1, the Executive Director is the head of the fund. And 2 says, the President shall appoint the Executive Director of the fund after consultation with the Board and the Public Service Commission. And is this actually telling us that the bill or the funds will be rather implemented by a separate body than the Ministry of Higher Education? Okay. Honorable members of Parliament, why not we look at it in this way? Because there was an Act of Parliament that established the Fisheries Development Fund, which is implemented by the Ministry of Fisheries. which is implemented by the Minister of Fisheries, not to establish, Honorable Speaker, wait for me, you want to talk. Not to establish a,
Honorable, what are you saying?
I said, wait for me, it seems like you are very prepared to.
Oh, you have now gone to God to give you determination to come. And I don't know if I want to talk, it's not for you to tell me you cannot talk. If I start talking, you should take your seat.
Yes, I agree.
Please, make your point quickly.
Yes, what I mean is, there was another fund which has been established by this very parliament for Fisheries Development Fund, but that is implemented by the ministry itself, by the Ministry of Water Resources, Fisheries and Water Resources. But this one, instead, the mover of the bill who's supposed to implement this is not going to take charge of the implementation of these funds.
Honorable, Mandinkolko, you don't need Fantamuriate, Dominamenti. Now, there are funds that are managed at that level, at the ministerial level. There are funds that are managed by a board. So for that to be determined, is determined by the institutions. It does not mean that all the funds must be managed at the ministries. Otherwise, we will go to change a lot of laws. So what they are saying is the proposal is this is a standalone this entity to be managed by a board, and that board, these things should be appointed by the president following consultations with the board under the Public Service Commission. There's nothing wrong with that. It is proposed. Yes, who is that?
Honorable Speaker, for the case of academics, this would require a lot of bureaucracies to reconcile issues emanating from the ministry to implement this with respect to these funds to the board, to the, let me say, to the secretary, that is executive director, to the board, and before the implementation comes.
Right. Oh, yes, honorable member.
I think the member is really getting it all wrong. This is about decoupling the primary function of the ministry is policy issues. But now, for ease of running this enterprise, there should be the director who shall be accountable to the board. That is why if you go to the later parts, he is charged with responsibility to prepare accounts ready 4 months before the expiry of the year to the board, which shall be later transmitted to the assembly. So this even make work easier. So ministry primary responsibility is more of policy issues, but we need to have a separate entity on this research innovation bill to make sure that all these ideas, are put into context and are adequately funded. And it's an opportunity for them to come to parliament to even defend the needs. We have been seeing so many budget line lump sum on the ministry.
My problem actually is,
Honorable Chair.
My problem actually is, it looks like there is unanimity, except one, on this particular issue.
Honorable Chair, don't say it that way.
Honorable, if you are not going to listen to me, I will not even give you the floor. So you please wait and listen until I am ready. And when I am ready, I give you the floor. And when you are giving the floor, everybody listens. So have the patience to listen. I don't want us to be caught up again as what happened last time. Here, your opinions are, but these are policy matters. It is not for us to go into those policy matters. Now, the other thing is, it is almost all, from the comments I had, it looks like you are just saying the same thing in many ways, and we are not in agreement.
Honorable Chair, I'm not saying the same thing now.
Yeah, okay, if you have a new thing, say it.
Yes, what I mean is establishing a whole secretariat and the board is not only going to be cumbersome, but it will increase more burden on the finance. You have to finance that institution. You have to finance the board. When this can be managed by the ministry, which is already in the budget, but a separate budget has to be for those people.
Honorable,
manage this fund.
Honorable, the ministry is telling you they cannot this is a burden on them. They want it this way. It's not for us to say no.
They didn't say so.
This is a policy. That's why they whoop on this.
I want to hear it from them.
Whoop on this.
But they can bring something else.
Who is the owner of this bill?
Chair,
This proposal is coming from
There's the bills, Chair. It's our role to question them. Even
honorable members. It is proposed that clause 8, executive director, stand part of the bill.
Honorable Chair, before
Sorry. It is proposed that clause 6, executive director, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 7, Deputy Executive Director.
It is proposed that clause 7, Deputy Executive Director, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 8, Directorates and Units of the Fund.
It is proposed that clause 8, Directorates and Units of the Fund stand part of the fund. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 9, Appointment of
Honorable
other
Speaker.
staff.
Yes, committee members.
Yes, clause 9, appointment of other staff. Recommendation is given. The committee propose that clause 9 stand parts of the bill with the following amendment. And now be read as that the appointment of certain staff be done by the executive director, to be done by the executive director with approval by the board. That is our recommendation.
Chair, it has never been a norm here.
Exactly. The board will make that determination. They will go and say the lower grades, the executive director, you can appoint them. That's delegated
Mr.
power.
Chair.
It's not for us to do that.
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Chair,
honorable
Parliamentary.
Mentoring.
Yes, I think this is perfectly written. I think, Honorable Speaker, we need to leave it as it is. It's correct this way, really.
I'm in agreement with her.
It is proposed that clause 9, appointment of other staff stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 10,
Yes,
the board of the fund.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, continue. Yes.
Yeah, clause 10, that is part 3, the governing body of the fund, from clause 10 to 18. Then 5, clause 10, recommendation, committee proposed that clause 10 stands part of the bill with the following amendment and now be read as clause 10.2, that instead of permanent secretaries as representative, the committee recommends that a person from a director level with relevant knowledge in the area may be representative from the ministry instead of putting only a permanent secretary.
Yes, because
we want to make sure this is the recommendation that we had from a lot of stakeholders.
Chair, the reason asked why is because the permanent secretaries are always busy in their various ministries and they are committed. So they are in various many boards where they don't pay attention to. And at the board level, we want the individual to give us ideas. And if the permanent secretaries are overloaded, they cannot give us majority. Wait for me, please. If they are overloaded, they cannot give the contribution that is needed to the board. And some of them, most of the time, they cannot be attending the board meeting.
Honorable, the head of the institute, the administrative head of an institution is the permanent secretary. All letters are addressed to the permanent secretary. Does he respond to all the letters? Now, when you put permanent secretary, the permanent secretary delegates some of these things to his competent, reliable people that he trusts to do the job. Because he's the head of administration. It's not for us to go and say director or something else. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I was saying that the committee did a very good job, but it's like their proposals are not really holding water. There is nobody, in fact, the vote control of the ministry is permanent secretary. So nobody understands this thing other than them. And if you want to bring directors now, before director attend the meeting and submit again, this has been taken again, you are even getting excess bureaucracy. So it is important that the permanent secretaries are represented here. If they are busy, they delegate.
Thank you.
So their proposal doesn't hold water.
Mr. Chair, Sani Mentere, can I have the floor?
Listen to the committee.
I do not. Thank you very much, Chair. I think I am in line with the majority leader here. And also, we cannot determine how busy the permanent secretaries are because we are not in their offices. So we are in parliament. And we should also understand that we are in parliament to do the work. We cannot be in parliament at the same time in their offices. So sitting down here saying that the permanent secretaries are busy,
Chair.
to be honest, I think that is misinformation.
Chair, let us help him.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. Chair,
Honorable member of Central Bandibu, you moved away.
Yes, I am sharing with
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chair. You know, care must be taken because the purpose why we put the permanent secretary here, because it's the vote controller. So what you are saying, if you make it open, it will be difficult. Somebody could be delegated who cannot be answerable to the issues.
Yeah.
So please, in an event that the permanent secretary is busy, he knows who to delegate.
Yeah.
That cannot be part of the bill.
For Sani Mentere.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's like, yes, the committee have done a very good, they've done thorough consultations, I know. But it's like by observing how they are trying to respond to these bills, they are copying from other bills. And these are two different, they are completely different bills. So we need to look at that.
In fact, those things.
Thank you.
Chair, can you hear us? Yes, thank you. I think let's understand one thing. In meetings or delegation, most of the case when we had interaction with stakeholders, including the ministry, the permanent secretary sometimes delegate the level-headed department holder that are not into understanding of a key area of what he or she is delegated to. So the reason why we are bringing this directorate level, it says with relevant knowledge in the area that he or she is representing. So therefore, we want to use this scheme to make sure that at least whoever is going to...
Who now determines the relevant knowledge? Who has the relevant knowledge?
That is the permanent...
No, listen.
Ambiguity.
Who is going to determine which director has the relevant knowledge?
No, must not create ambiguity.
Not the ministry.
With who? The ministry is an institution. Who is going to determine it?
The permanent secretary.
You see?
Yes.
So the permanent secretary, even if you think A is the one, he will tell you B.
Now, most of the cases, what can you do? What we are told, can we listen, please? Kantora.
Let's be careful, Honorable. Let's be careful about what we think is transparency. Otherwise, we are going to bring a complete rupture of the whole system. The permanent secretary is the board, he's the head of administration on the district. You can't talk about directors. What you do is you send him, he's the one to be there. If he can be there, he's there. If he cannot be there, he will ask one of his directors whom he thinks is competent to do that job for him.
Yes,
to do it on his behalf.
As a committee chair,
I don't care. Honorable, I don't care. We
now understand.
Chair. Listen, Honorable. You have adduced all your points.
Now let me hear us once.
No, because it will not change people's mind.
No, not about changing the people.
All right, let me hear you. Let me hear you.
Okay.
I don't care.
The general notion is when we had engagement with stakeholders. I say when we had engagement with stakeholders in our bill.
I mean, you said general notion of among within the committee or what?
No, with the stakeholders and the committee that when permanent secretaries do send, they send people who are not maybe relevant to the area. So in the bill, we want to make sure that whoever is sent, a level of a director, and understand the subject area of what he or she is representing.
You have said this. I don't care. And I asked you a question. Chairman. You said this here.
Yes.
You said relevance. Who has the relevant academic qualification to do it?
Who determines that?
Who determines that? Is it Parliament going to determine that at finance? This one is the one who should go there. Now, if it is the permanent secretary, unless you give it to the minister or the deputy permanent secretary, who may determine differently. But even there, he's going to determine the person whom he thinks will represent him. And all these people go there to represent the permanent secretary. He's the head of the institution. The clerk, any director who goes anywhere, deputy clerk, you go to represent the clerk. So you cannot change that. You want efficiency. You cannot want efficiency more than the head of the institution.
Can you listen to us?
So let's not, no, I don't want us to belabor this. This is standard. to be we cannot come about with a change that will create a rupture of the whole system.
Chair, change is the only permanent thing. Chair.
Honorable, honorable, if you honorable members, if you are in, let me hear you.
Okay. No, before we hear it, no, honorable, part of the minister, please. We hear the minister's opinion on that.
Okay. No. Right in this.
Chair, we want to contribute.
Right. But because he has brought this here already. Honorable members, I think I'm going to put the question. This thing, honorable members, let's be honest, we cannot change it to what your suggestion is. If we do that, we are going to bring a big rupture into the whole system. You cannot do that. You see, what your spirit is good. You want to ensure that there is transparency there and that the competent people are sent. Yes, you can, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Even here, some of us, we are sent here, but some people will think that we are not competent.
Remember, we have...
No, see, these are facts of life. So, but the onus is on, if the clerk sends wrong people, it means his administration will be weakened, and we will take him to task.
Yeah, we have clause 10(2), 10J, and 10K. So I just want to remind you on that.
10 what?
Our recommendation doesn't only stop at 10.
Yeah, go to the next recommendation.
Okay. 10(2)J.
10(2)J.
2 representatives from the private sector with knowledge and experience in research, fund management, and one of them to be a female. Then 10(2)K. Yes, is there. And one of them to be?
You said 2 representatives from the private sector with knowledge and experience in research fund.
Yes.
Management. That's what you have.
And one of them to be female.
Where is it? This is their own minutes I am reading.
That's what the Chairman. Amendment.
We are proposing. Honorable, let me get you clear.
Yes.
The amendment from the committee, the proposed amendment from the committee is what we have on your document. And on that, you have no female or anything. On this document. Training and ICT. The National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024, March 2025. Is that what you have?
Chair,
let me make a clarification. Chair, Honorable, you see, don't confuse us. Chair. And in fact, no, Honorable. Honorable, listen first. No, just wait. Honorable, listen. Honorable, you are the people who issued us this report. It's your report. And that the committee has to sit down and change that report and then furnish us with the changes. Now, if you say this is your proposal, but you people there now are proposing another thing to be added, that can be understood. But that is not coming from the committee. Chair, can I come? Chair, please, can I clarification, Chair? Chair. You know, during the debate, this was how it was. But during the debate, we suggested that the women representation should be part of it. Now, if that proposal comes, when he is reading it to you, we should say we have a new proposal to the original one. Yes. Yeah.
You are right here that to be candid. But now we are making a new proposal, Chairman, to be added.
And clause 2J. At least one of the two should be a female.
Yes.
Yes, Honorable.
Yes. In as much as I agree with the gender representation, but the other one is not really relevant. It's given. They are saying that you must have experience, blah blah, on these financial matters. We are discussing an innovation fund bill. They will not incorporate anybody that hasn't got this background. Please let me learn. To me, if you said one representative from private sector, now it's now 22, at least to incorporate to incorporate gender balance. But to go again furthermore by detailing qualification, I don't think that's a given to me.
Chair, that's very important. Majority. That's very important. How can you?
It means there will be no representation.
Yes, Chair. Yes, ideally, by looking at the stakeholder we have, we know, and we do know that this area in research, you cannot be a research expert without having knowledge of management, either funds or disease. So this is why we don't want to pick any hanky-panky within the area.
I'm not the one picking it.
No.
Honorable, listen to, Honorable, that's one thing you must realize.
Yes.
As your intent to make sure that this thing works well,
yes,
is the same intent on the people who are proposing it.
Very well.
Now, if you tell them one representative for this position, a woman in it, they are going to look at the best who can fit inside. They are not going to take, for instance, somebody who is doing handicraft to go and do it. They will not do that. Why would they do that? You know, there are some of these extra elements. It can bring in a lot of bottlenecks. You are looking for a representation. You don't know those people who are going to be part of it. But rest assured that the Honorable Minister or whoever is concerned, why they are suggesting this is to make sure it is properly managed. Among the lot, they will identify the best. Honestly. And it's more of their interest to see it succeed than any of us. Before you clap for me, they will be first, we will clap for them first.
Can you read it once again? We hear it, please.
What he is suggesting here is two representatives, one of whom must be a woman. Then he said from the private sector with knowledge and experience in research fund management. It should be two representatives from the private sector, one of whom must be a woman. Full stop. But whether this qualification or this thing, the people will choose from the best among them.
This is research.
It's going to be the best. You may not have people who have research expertise directly or who have studied it, experienced it. You may not have it. And therefore, are you telling us nobody should be represented? And let me tell you, somebody can represent effectively without reading that research these things to that level. Yes, Honorable Member.
Chair.
After that, you.
Chair, I think this time I am in line with them. It's not wrong for them to put that one there because it's an emphasis. Because you are requesting somebody to assume the responsibility. At least you attach something to it to be considered in selection. So it's a kind of a guide. I don't think this time they are wrong to put it there.
All right. What they didn't. Honorable. What is other concern? You are saying it's good.
Yes.
Why are others saying it's not good?
I'm not saying they are saying it's not.
No. We are saying it's not good.
Yeah.
Why are we saying that?
Yes.
Can you tell us why we are saying it?
No. Your explanation is, according to your explanation, we stop at the gender perspective, so that we leave it open for them. They know who is best. But I said this is a law. You are making the law. They are to guide.
You know why I asked you? Because I want you to listen to arguments, so that you will be informed at what you say. Because I listened to your own, I understood what you said. Our argument is, it's not relevant here. One. Two, the other thing is, you are talking about fund what? Knowledge and experience in research fund management. Research fund management. This is a special district. You may not find that. But you will have competent people who can do equally good and to be board members. Because if you put this there and those people don't have it, you cannot. It means they should not be represented.
Can I come?
Let me learn so that you listen. I want you to listen to arguments, because why we are going about it is to get the best. That's the reason, not for for mine to hold or for yours to hold, but the best reasons are used. So that's what we are saying. So we are saying that in the absence of those phrases, whoever, like the minister or whoever is appointing, will look at the best to put them there. That's implied. Yes, yes.
Honorable Speaker, I want to put it to you. The University of the Gambia has been instituted in this country for almost a decade now. You can't tell us that now, with the experience and the people in this country, we cannot have this qualification there. That's an insult to our entire country and to our university.
Can you give me the statistics of the number of people who have studied at the university?
Monday, I will give it to you.
Management.
Monday, give me time till Monday.
So that we wait until Monday. Yeah, somebody was there. I was saying. Is Kiang West?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the committee's recommendation is very perfect. Here, what the committee is trying to tell us is, because they have done their consultation, and in an academia, anybody who studies research at highest level must do research fund management. And they are trying to tell us that, to put that one there, it does not cause any harm. Putting this here does not cause any harm. And if it does not, why are we trying to disband their recommendation? It does not cause any harm. Yeah. It is perfect. They did their consultation with the minister.
Don't be repeating.
I'm not repeating. Honorable Chair, you have been speaking for too long. Please. You repeat it and you've been speaking for too long.
Honorable, next time I will not give you floor.
If you don't give me, I will keep quiet. That's all. But you have spoken for more than 10 minutes and you have been repeating things. And you have been repeating.
Honorable.
Yes, Chair.
Honorable.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
You must change your behavior, please.
Why would I change?
Chair, my behavior is unparliamentary.
My behavior is very parliamentary, but you are very unfair by telling me that I should not and withdraw that statement. Withdraw that statement. You are repeating a million times.
Withdraw that statement.
What did I withdraw?
I mean, you withdraw it
my last time. That is my last one. I won't withdraw. I will not withdraw. I will not withdraw.
You cannot tell the chairperson and attack my character while I'm sitting.
Yeah, unfair to me.
So you are asking for
I will not withdraw, Chair. I will not withdraw. I will not withdraw.
Chair. If you don't withdraw, I will send you out.
I will not withdraw. I will not.
All right? I'm not taking any. Let's continue. I have to resolve this. No. Honorable member, please withdraw or I will send you out. You either withdraw or I send you out. Where is the sergeant at arms? Nko. Honorable member for Kiang West, you withdraw your statement or you leave the hall, the chambers.
Withdrawn.
Hello, we don't hear you. Open your keep quiet. Open your keep quiet. Open your keep quiet. Member for Kiang West is fine.
I said withdrawn.
Yeah, and I want to Kiang West. Oh, my member for Stanley, please listen. Then come and take my place. If you want that, come and sit here. Honorable member for Kiang West, I want to argue to please, as much as possible, let's go by our standing orders. As much as possible. Emotions will not ride here. What we are saying is, if by chance I am sitting here, it will be somebody tomorrow. But whoever sits here, you must give him that respect. As per our own orders, our own standing orders. It's not what you want or what I want. Please. Okay. We are on this issue of including this person there and not removing it out.
Chair.
Now, we cannot continue arguing over this.
Yeah.
If at the end we cannot make a decision, we will put it to a vote,
Yeah.
and whatever is carried, we will do that.
Yeah, Chair, can you-
Yes, committee members.
Yes, yeah, thank you very much. Before we vote, let's hear from the minister with regard to this. We have already made our case. Let's hear from him and
Yeah, Chair. Yes.
All right, I will, you see, Honorable Minister, at any time you feel that you have an opinion, you are free to call my attention.
Honorable Chair.
Please, at any time. All right, Honorable, do you have an opinion on this?
Minister, Honorable Chair.
Honorable, who are you to? Honorable Minister, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. We concur with the submission of having the two candidates, and one from the gender, from the female gender. We don't have any issue with that. The second one, as you rightly said, is insinuated. So we leave it with the National Assembly to decide on the fate. But for us, we thought that it was okay, because obviously whoever goes out will represent our interest based on the set criteria. We will not recommend anybody who doesn't have that minimum requirement. However, if the National Assembly feels that they can add that part, we don't mind. But this is, nobody will be identified without meeting the minimum standards.
Under the minimum standards may not be what is here. The minimum standards may not be qualification in research fund management. Anyway, you have heard him. Yes, Honorable Member for Opanyumi.
Honorable Chair, I think I am also in line with what has been said by the Minister. I'm in for the two representatives at the same time, also one from the gender, and then keep it as that. Yeah. Then we vote.
The fact that, one of whom must be a woman. I think we are all in agreement.
We are in agreement with that.
Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
The difference now is the additional person. That these are opinions.
Yes, that's my opinion.
Now, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable Majority.
I think we will have to take a decision on this, and I concur that yes, in as much as we want gender representation, we agree on that, and let's leave it to them. They as far as this bill is concerned, innovation fund bill, they wouldn't take anybody who hasn't got experience on this. So basically, let's just stop there at having two representatives, one of which should be a woman, and we go from private sector rather than going extra mile again to describe.
the same thing.
Yes.
We are two honorable members. One is saying we all agree to the woman. One must be a woman. So the proposal is two representatives from the private sector, one of whom must be a woman. Full stop. Full stop. And the others are saying two representatives, one of whom must be a woman from the private sector with knowledge and experience in research fund management is what is added. These are the two things. Those who think that one is not relevant and those who think it is relevant.
Honorable Speaker. Yeah, the committee.
Yes?
Yes, I think ideally what the minister has explained in terms of insinuating, they are the originators of the bill. We agree with his suggestion that we remove the experience and the knowledge.
It's all the
So what he has said, we agree on it as the custodian of the bill.
No.
Honorable members now, we are now in agreement that the proposed amendment, honorable members, the proposed amendment is one of whom must be a woman. And then the qualification aspect of it is removed. All right. The other one is clause 10(2)(k). Can you read 10(2)(k)?
Yes, 10(2)(k).
Wait for the committee.
Yes, 10(2)(k) and subclause 10.3 are contradicting, and one of them should be removed. The committee recommends that 10.2K be deleted. Yeah, that's our recommendation. So,
coming to you, honestly, 10.2K is the board shall consist of the board shall consist of the fund executive director appointed by the president, and he or she shall be the secretary to the board. You are saying that that should be deleted. All right. Yeah, that's what I understand.
Chair.
And then, and just hold on. We want to get it clear. And then the other one is you are suggesting, where is it? 10.2K. Ali, 10.2.3. 10.3 contradicting. And 10.3 reads. 10.3 reads. Ali? Ali? Secretary to the board from amongst the staff of the fund. Honorable members, I think all what needs to be corrected is that one should be out. Or anyway, let's hear you all.
Chair,
Yeah.
10K, we should accept that the fund executive director shall be appointed by the president. We just put a full stop on that. And then 3 will stay. 3 will state the board shall appoint a secretary to the board from amongst the staff of the fund, but we should add with proven ability in administration.
The fund executive director appointed by the president, full stop.
And then he said the second one also he read.
Number 3, the board shall appoint a secretary to the board from among the staff of the fund. That one just
that these things, don't be adding those things.
We adding those things. We agree on that.
Honorable member for
yes.
deduce from it.
Okay.
That the K now, instead of deleting it, it will stop at the president.
Okay, yes.
The fund executive director appointed by the president.
You are talking of the board composition of the...
Yeah, it's okay.
You are talking about the composition. The composition is somebody appointed. It's appointed by the president. It's not shall be. Is the person appointed by the president to be there? Huh? Yeah, okay. So we now agree, Honorable Member Fofoni Kansala, are you in agreement?
Yes, we are in agreement.
That the fund executive director appointed by the president, the rest goes out. Are you in agreement?
Yes,
we are in agreement. Yes, and then the sub 3 there, the board shall appoint a secretary to the board from amongst the staff of the fund. Huh? Okay, now, this is what we just came from. I heard you, that's why we all heard you. We all heard you, and then we are objecting to that addition. Chair. Yes.
Mr. Chair, standing mentor.
Yes, standing mentor.
Yes, Mr. Chair, with regards to K, the fund executive director appointed by the president, full stop, I agree. But I think we can also ask the minister, why is it that they still want the executive director to become the secretary, or the board to appoint the secretary amongst the staff? So which one do they, preferably, which one are they taking? Let him elaborate on that point.
The executive director is a member of staff.
Yes, I know.
So it means if the board wants, they can appoint him as secretary.
No, what I mean, preferably by the ministry.
By
the ministry, the minister. Let him elaborate as to why they would want the executive director to be the secretary or the secretary to be appointed by the board amongst the staff. At least we listen to him. It's better for us to listen to him and then see which one is more suitable for them.
Yes. Is the minister to do? I think,
I think you want the minister to make certain clarifications.
No, yes, I'm asking the minister to make certain
Yes,
clarifications as to
Honorable
why.
Minister, you've had her.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Currently, we have two models in our system, all our boards. The majority of all the boards, the head is the secretary. But then you also have another scenario where now a member of staff is now appointed as the board. I'll give you an example, NACA. NACA, you have the CEO, who is a member, but then now you have the director of admin and finance, who is now the secretary. If you go to the University of the Gambia, you have the vice chancellor, but then the registrar is the secretary. So they are all from the staff now appointed. You also have scenarios where now you don't have two people coming from the structure, only one. And it means the executive. He is the one now to take minutes and also, yes, exactly.
So saying you don't need a second person into the board as long as the executive, the director is there.
Yes.
So it means then, in that, if we are going by what you're saying, it means sub 3 is no more relevant. I told you, unless you listen to what people are saying, we will give you floor, please. You know, the proposal, Honorable Minister, is that in K, we remove, and he shall be the secretary to the board. And that is the executive fund director. Now, if he is going to, from my understanding, if he is going to be there, then he should serve as the board secretary. That's what you are saying.
Yeah, on this particular one.
On this particular one.
Yes.
Because otherwise you are going to have another staff again coming in. And that's what you want to avoid. And have you heard that? All right. Yes, Honorable Member.
Yeah, I think that's why I've been racing before the minister came in. Because K is valid here, to my own understanding. We should maintain K, because if K is maintained, there is no other room for another appointment. That's why they said he or she shall be the secretary to the board. So K should be maintained.
Yes, I agree in total that K should remain as it is. We should reverse back to the initial thing, and then let go of 3. 3 should be deleted.
So should be deleted.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 We have something. Yes. Now we have realized that both K and 3 are similar in many ways. That is why if 3 is to be maintained, then K needs to be deleted.
Honorable, we are saying that K be maintained and 3 be deleted.
Very well.
We agree to that. Unless we begin to listen to each other.
That's exactly what I am saying, Honorable.
Yeah, now you are in agreement that we retain the K and remove the 3. Simple. Okay. Honorable members. Yes? He said what? Members, honorable members, we have retained K whole. The whole of K is retained, and then the whole of 3 is gone. It means now, four becomes 3. Sub 4 becomes 3, huh? And then the whole thing will sub 1, sub 2, and sub 3 is not, no more sub 4 is there. All right, now I put the question. Yes?
He will not have any voting right.
We should say the
secretary, if he is secretary, he can be a member and then and be also be a secretary. He can still have it.
Yes, before we take a...
Let him learn. Let him learn. Let me give. I come back to you. Honorable member for Woolist.
No.
As the executive director.
No, yes.
And then, yes.
And as member of the board and executive director, he will be the secretary to the board. Yes, Honorable.
Yes. On now, the 4 is now 3. Yeah, now, okay, now.
We have said,
let's look at B. Let's look at B. B, the secretary Sal. Who is secretary here is now the executive director now.
4B.
The secretary Sal prepare the agenda for the board meetings.
We're there. No, let him read.
We are there. Just wait. Calm down. The secretary Sal, in this case, secretary is the executive director. Shall prepare the agenda of the board meeting after consulting with the director general and the chairperson of the board. So let's maintain there the chairperson, not director general.
Why?
Because now is the director general.
No. You don't need director general here. After consult, what I'm saying, look at B. The secretary now shall prepare the agenda of the board meetings after consulting with the chairperson, not the director general. Yes. No. Now the chairperson of the board is the one to be consulted.
Honorable members, I told you, as somebody is speaking, don't be hesitant, because you will not understand him and the person may be saying the truth. What he is saying here is following this proposed amendment. Now it is clear that the executive director is the secretary.
Yes.
That's what we have just seen.
Yes.
And now you are saying here that in consultation with the director general.
There is no director general. There is no director general.
On the 4B,
look at number 4B. No, don't hesitate. Just please calm down. No, speaker, there is no director general in the text, in the entire booklet. You understand? They meant to say
with the chairperson.
With the chairperson.
Honorable, the secretary should prepare the agenda.
The chairperson.
Following consultations with the chairperson.
Yes.
And not the director general. This is very clear. No amount of agreement will change it. This one is white and black.
Chair, we are in agreement.
I think you are in agreement. Yes, honorable member, central body.
What I'm saying is it wrong to have the director general and the board chair to be consulted for the meeting?
Because the director general cannot consult himself.
You know, the director general cannot consult himself. He is the one, he is the chairperson.
Or is now
he is the secretary.
Well, that's why I'm recommending the entire C4 should be deleted.
No, don't take us there. You are not understanding. We all understood except you.
Yes, and
we are going to move forward.
Now, chairperson, if you also
we are going to move
the
forward.
last one also. Now, instead of director general to be chairperson, perform such other function as the board or the chairperson may assign. The last responsibility. Huh? No. The chairperson is the chairman of the board. The executive director is not the secretary.
What honorable majority makes sense following our own amendments. All right? Now, wherever you have that consult with director general, it should be with chairman. That's what he's proposing.
Correct.
And are we all in line?
Yeah. Chairman, no, wait, chair, please. Now, what I'm saying, the last one, perform such other function as the board may assign. As the board may assign. Remove that original. Yes.
May assign. It's just better.
Chair, can I come? Another observation, very significant. So, Chair, now, since we have the Director General as the Secretary, so why not 4, which reads as the Secretary cell, to be amended and to be read as the Director General cell?
No, we are not talking now in terms of the Director General. We are not talking about the Secretary's job. Who is the Secretary is the Director General. Who is the Secretary is something else.
Then put the Secretary stroke Director General.
No. This is whoever is the Secretary, whether it's the Director General or the company boss or the financial district, whoever is the Secretary General is the one.
But it's clear that it's the Director General.
No, if it is clear, then it's also clear that the Secretary General is the Director General. The Secretary is the Director General. No,
don't waste time.
That is in the upper part of Central Badibu. Honorable Member. Yes.
But you know, we are giving him no sleeping tablet.
Maybe E shall be paid such allowances as determined by the board. 4E. If we can add 4E, now I'm saying a new clause, a new sub-clause.
No.
Did you submit?
No, it cannot be E because this one you are talking about the secretary cell, the function of the secretary. You can only say another 4, number sub 4.
Allowances there.
I understand there is clause 17.
There's allowance.
Oh, no, don't be shouting.
Can you organize it?
Honorable member, there are clauses for allowances. It will be taken care of. Yes, clause 17. So, honorable members, the amendment so far is sub 3 is out. Sub 4 is now renumbered sub 3. And then sub 3 C D, sorry, sub 3 D to B.
Remove directory. With the directory.
Yeah, it should be with the chairman.
From the day to the end.
Yeah.
Yes. Consultation with the chairperson of the board. That's why we changed it.
Honorable member, sub 4B, we are removing the Director General and out. In now the consultation with the chairperson of the board. And then D, we are stopping at board. And then or the Director General out, or the Director General out may assign. So it now reads perform such other functions as the board may assign.
Before we move on, just here also, go back to K. Remove because there's nobody called on executive.
Yeah, Speaker, we should.
You know what I mean?
It has to be completed with him or her, assigned him or her. Chair. He or she, whatever you put there, but it has to be completed.
Honorable members, pardon, you have another amendment? Huh?
D. Under D, may assign him or her. Should be added.
No, as the board may assign whoever it is. If you have said as the board may assign him, then you can say him or her. But as the board may assign, you don't need that him or her.
I'm seeing that we are
Members, what there are proposals, but the other one I'm agreeing with them. I don't think we will take it, but I'll put it to you. The other one, the number one is K. They are saying that there is no fund executive director. There is an executive director, and that fund should be out. Because if you look at the other one, he said the executive director, where? Six. If you look at six, where is six? Six says the executive director is the head of the fund. So is the executive director. And then he said the president shall appoint the executive director of the fund after consultation with the board and the Public Service Commission. So there is no need for the fund. It's not going to be the executive director.
Correct.
The second agreement they are putting now is they are saying that appointed by the president is already mentioned. I said, what is bad about mentioning it again? You mentioned it and you are saying it again. Is it bad? Then that's where we were. So we said the executive director appointed by the president. It's not bad, but they wanted executive director.
Appointed by the Public Service Commission.
No, it's a choice.
You want to,
this one. It's a matter of choice. It's not a law. It's a matter. It's not a. It's law that you cannot repeat something. You will see something here repeated. No, what I'm saying is no, because the PSO is not the same as this one. It's not the same. You are saying you can say you will try to at least manage words. I would understand that, but it's not bad. It's not technically it's not wrong anyway wrong. It's just you have not Hey, then your rules are not they are inconsistent. We have seen it happen in many other bills. Honorable members, are you in agreement with me or with them? Huh? Majority. Some people said with them, some people said with you. They have not had me. Those who said for them, those are opposing me. They don't know my receipts. Yeah, but that's correct. But without knowing, you are supporting. You are not supporting me, and I am here for you people. They are there to support us. What they are saying, I told you. You know the fund issue. We have agreed. They are saying further that it should only stop at the executive director.
Who shall be that? Who shall be that?
Appointed by the president should be out.
Should be the executive director. Who shall be the secretary to the board?
In fact, they want a whole rewarding.
No, just the executive director. Who shall be?
Where is that who shall be? It's not here.
Who is the one that's not there? But the
Yes, this is why it's a whole rewarding. Honorable members, what they are suggesting for K is not only removal of appointed by the president, and he or she shall not be there. It should be executive director who shall be the secretary to the budget. Instead of he or she, you just put who. Do you follow? And are you agreement with that? What about the removal of appointed by the president? I2J. Yes?
Appointed by the president is explicit. Anybody who reads it, you will understand it. So why should we remove it? Is it not the president appointing him? Even if
one is, if it is mentioned, but this, even if it is mentioned, for somebody to read, you have to make reference to it before you know it. But this one, immediately you read it, you know that it is
Chair.
Honorable members section. It is proposed.
Chair.
It is proposed.
Chair.
Chair,
I am not taking it. We put it to a vote.
Chair, before you put it to vote.
No, I am not taking any more.
No, hear us.
No, I have had enough.
No, but the reason why we said
then I disagree.
Wait,
You either agree or disagree.
no, but you said before we subject to vote. Let's.
We are taking unnecessary long time on this.
No, Chair,
It must end somewhere. And I have decided that
you use your experience to maneuver. Chair,
Yes.
secret son.
Honorable members, I am going to put a vote on this. That is, we remove, before I put the vote on the clause, we are going to vote on whether we remove the appointed by the president or we leave it there. Those who are in favor of leaving appointed by the president there, you raise your tax. Huh? No. That's not the question. We are not saying. Those who want it to be removed, raise your tax. Honorable non-members, those who abstentions. Huh? The results. Those who want it to be maintained, 18. Those who want it removed, 3. Abstention 1. So we will retain it. So again, the proposed amendment on K is that the executive director appointed by the president, who shall be the secretary to the board. That's the proposal. Huh? So I now put the question on the hold. It is proposed that clause 10, the board of the fund, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 11, functions of the board.
Yes, clause 11 to 15. No amendment. Without amendment.
Clause 11, yes, Honorable. Fully is.
Yes, Chair, clause 11, clause 11, well, they did not put 1, just say, yes, ABC. But, okay, C. It said the board shall manage the distribution and coordination of the monies of the fund. So why don't we just say the fund? Manage the distribution and coordination of the fund instead of the monies of the fund. What about the other aspects of the fund? We just say manage the funds.
He is talking about why do you put monies? The fund is composed of more than monies.
Yes.
So that's what he wants you to remove monies.
Yeah, yes.
Yes? Yes. I'm in agreement with Willie. You have to listen. I'm in agreement with Willie is because the fund is more.
Honorable Minister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, the funds is not only about monies, but here we are listing down all the other function of the board. So one of them is about the money. It's very, very key here. So we want that to stand out for them to have an eye on the funds. On that.
The stand of the committee also.
Yes.
And if we are to leave monies there, it's of no burden as well.
The Honorable Minister is saying that we leave it as it is. Huh? Yes, Honorable Central Badibu.
Honorable Chair, by looking at 11, we said functions of the board. But if you look at all the subclause from A to I is only about fund. So I want to know whether that is the only work of the board. Yeah, but the board. Yeah. Do you? No, I want to be clear whether it should be only limited, maybe. But even if it is a fund, I'm asking whether the work of the board is limited to only fund.
What else will it be?
No, because I'm asking.
And any other such functions conferred upon them by this act. Look at I. Such other functions conferred upon it by any other provision of this act.
But the main purpose of these things, the main function is to manage the funds. All right. Yes, Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Chair, this is a question to the Honorable Minister. Are the boards going to perform oversight on the executive director and the entire secretariat? Or, because I'm looking at develop and implement policies. So, under the functions of the board, I'm looking at in an aspect where the board performs oversight on the developed policies developed by the secretariat. That's what I'm looking at. And they also...
Member for Kiang, go on.
Yes. What I want him to explain, because now it is tasking the board with the functions of managing the funds. I think it's the secretariat, the executive director with the secretariat would manage the funds while the board perform oversight on them.
Honorable Speaker, the objective is not to create a situation where you have a too powerful executive secretary disbursing funds anyhow. The objective is to really tighten the belt to ensure that any funds that is given going out is really sanctioned by the board. So the management will now come up with a position paper, place it before the board, convince the board, then now approval is given. Then the executive secretary goes out now to implement. So that's the objective. So they have an oversight also function of management.
Yes, and
instead of allowing an individual make decisions on the fund that is being headed by the board, all approvals should go through the board before expenditures are made.
Yes, that's very perfect.
If they go below, they may have an internal regulatory framework where the board may say, executive director, you can spend up to $1,000. That will be internal.
Yes.
But it is the board responsible for the oversight and management of the fund.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yes.
What I mean is, here, whether if the board is the oversight institution for the funds, now what would happen is they cannot implement anything with respect to the fund without the approval of the board. That can happen. That is the main function of the board. But here, when you say, because even if they develop policies, that policies must be subject to board's approval. But here we are saying the board develop and implement policies. That should be the role of the executive secretary and the secretariat. I said, A says the board develop and implement policies. Develop and implement policies.
Where is that?
The objectives of the fund.
Develop and implement policies to achieve the objectives of the fund.
Of the fund.
Go ahead.
And the implementation of the funds also is the responsibility of the executive secretary and the secretariat. The board is to perform oversight on them, to approve their expenditures, and to look at all their other activities. But here we are giving the task to the board to do what those people are supposed to do.
Honorable, can I get you clear? You are saying in A, the board shall develop and implement policies to achieve the objectives of the fund.
Yes.
You are saying that it should not be the board.
Yes. The board perform oversight on the implementation and the development of those policies.
So you are saying now the board shall develop
Yes, Chairman.
Chair.
So develop policies.
Of the policies.
You are saying that you are saying no.
Yes.
What I'm saying, your suggestion now is
Yes.
implementation be out, only develop the policies.
Yes.
Is that what you are saying?
No, the policies are even that A is not the mandate of the board. The board perform oversight on these two functions.
Chair. Anywhere, any board institution.
Chair.
No. The policies is not the mandate of the executive director. The development of the policies is by the board.
Chair.
Now, where I think you may have a point is the implementation.
Yes, that's
But to develop policies to achieve the objectives of the fund is the mandate of the board.
Chair.
Now, implementation now, I think you may have that right.
Chair.
And let's hear opinions on that.
Chair.
Yes.
Yes.
And who
that's
Banjul Center.
exactly.
Banjul Center.
That's exactly.
Now, after him, Banjul Center.
That's exactly what I want to say. That development of policy is the reserved rights of the board, but its implementation, of course, should be left with the admin. But look at F. Ensure accountability and development of appropriate procedures for the development of the fund, which is, of course, their responsibility. So what is missing here is the implementation aspect of it. But to policy initiative has to come from the board.
Now, what he wants now, what honorable member wants is, we remove the issue of implementation.
Perfect, and move on.
Yes. Now, honorable member for Banjul Central.
Yes, Honorable Chair, I have to be in line with Honorable Member for Kiang West, because the core mandate of a board is to provide strategic oversight, basically. So yes, it's their core function of a board. So the implementation aspect of things has to be omitted, because that has a function that can be taken care of by the Secretariat itself. So
yeah, I think we have agreed.
Just provide strategic oversight.
No, we have agreed in principle that the implementation area should be out. But for policy, is no, they have the exclusive mandate for that. Exclusive, no other person as the board. So we are in agreement, honorable member for Kiang.
Yes.
After this, we're going. He was asking what is this? Funds of the fund. Funds of the fund. Small F.
Funds of the fund. Where is funds of the fund?
The 11.
11?
11
F.
F.
Honorable Member for Kiang West, your proposal on A, we now remove the word implement. And then in place, we say the board shall develop and approve, not implement, policies to achieve the objectives of the fund.
That's correct.
So the implement should be replaced by approve. Now we go to E. There were some comments on, yes?
Honorable Chair, F.
F, is it F?
F, yes.
Yes, what is on F, you said?
And so accountability and develop appropriate procedures for the management of the funds of the funds.
Yes, I think it's correct this way because remember in C, we have the management of the monies of the fund. So this one is the funds of the fund because the bill is about the fund. Thank you.
Not part of the fund.
C.
I mean, whether are you saying that the monies is not part of the fund?
No, monies is already part of the fund. It's
Yeah.
part of the fund, but monies is already taken care of. You remember C, we have in monies of the fund. But in this one, it's talking about the funds of the fund itself because the bill is about the fund.
No, on C is talking about the distribution and coordination.
Chairman.
Distribution and coordination. F is talking about accountability.
Chairman.
But in general term, it's talking about the funds of the fund.
Chairman, can we just use monies?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, why don't you use monies?
Monies. Yes, sir, monies of the fund.
Because that's what we have been using. The one where we use for monies, that one is in terms of distribution and coordination.
Ensure accountability.
This one is talking about accountability and to develop appropriate procedures. They are different.
Yeah.
Of the monies of the fund.
Now change those funds to monies.
I think funds of the funds is best.
No, monies of the fund
Chair.
makes sense.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Speaker, the way it is stated, you can look at funds, the two funds. One is capital, one is small.
Yeah.
So small letter. So it is talking about the first one, talking about.
Where I differ with you is,
yes,
the first one, which is C, is not talking about
I'm not
accountability.
saying the C, I'm talking about F. Yes, you have two funds, funds of the fund. Okay, so the first funds, okay, that is the management of the funds. That one is referring to monies. Then now the other one with capital letter F, fund, now the entire fund itself. So now if there's, to avoid the repetition of funds of the fund, we can replace it with monies of the fund.
Chair. Chair. Yes, Sarakunda. Yes, thank you very much. And F here, the funds of the fund with the capital letter means that institution.
Yes.
The fund as an institution, not funds as monetary.
Yeah.
And here, what it is trying to explain is that the funds, we should not limit the funds only to monies. It can be in the material form, assets, and other valuables as well.
Yeah.
So this is what the Honorable Member for Woolly was citing in C, that we shouldn't limit it to only money. Thank you very much.
But the Honorable Speaker, us, we are comfortable with it, but should the National Assembly thinks otherwise, but we can now go further to qualify. But this is normally the same standard with other countries. That's how they put it.
Okay. Yeah, because my understanding, my information is that funds incorporate more than monies.
Yes. Yes, but
and therefore, what you're trying to do in F is to ensure that not only monies, but the whole entire funds are accountable for. And therefore, fund of the funds is okay.
It's fine, but more especially the money is part of it. That's what is.
No.
Yes.
Chair.
Committee councillor, yes.
Yeah. Councillor?
Yes. Ideally, as a committee also, we're in agreement of F. But now, what Willie West is insinuating, it has been cleared by G. What he's saying, G has already allayed his fears.
That's my point, yes.
Where he says, undertake resource mobilization activities to raise monies for fund.
Yes.
For the fund. So that element of material as well as he's talking, it is already cleared on that.
Need this thing on this one.
No. He's arguing on this issue for us to change it in order to include material aspects.
Yeah.
When he says about money, he's only talking about the monetary gains. So it means G.
Sorry. I've not heard Woolley. Woolley said what?
Chair, Banjul Central. Chair.
Yes, Banjul Central.
Yes. Chair, I have to agree with your initial suggestion that we use monies for the mere fact that this particular subclause is specific to cash, that is money. The subclause is specific to money. Exactly. So, like Honorable Member for Councillor said, G has covered what Honorable Member from Willie was trying to say.
Let's take a vote.
Yes, but the subclause is specific to money.
Honorable Member for Banjul Central.
The
saying you are saying
so the money
for the management of the monies.
The fund is correct.
Huh?
The monies of the fund is correct because it's specific. That subclause is.
This is what I'm saying. You are saying that we change the first fund.
Very careful here. This clause F the clause F is not just talking about the resource aspect of it, but it's also talking about accountability now. To ensure accountability and develop appropriate procedures to manage. So in accounting, it's appropriate for us to use funds of the fund because you are leaving nothing behind. Not specifically. The issue of monetary aspect has been catered for on C. Manage distribution and coordinate the monies of the fund. But in terms of putting them to account, you are now trying to account for everything is not limited or restricted to monies. So funds of the fund might suffice. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Kiang West.
Yes, Honorable Chair, I wanted to look at a new one, but for this one, I want to agree with the recent submission by the majority leader that we could leave it funds of the fund. But
all right. No, the next one will come. The Honorable Minister.
No, we are saying submission is we leave it as it is. If second option, if really, no, it's based on the what is coming out. Is now the first funds instead of now leaving it, we put monies and other assets.
Before you, Honorable, let's not worry ourselves. If you mean money and other assets, that's the fund. So just leave the fund. Yes, just leave. In this particular issue, so far you are not limiting yourself to monies. If you talk about the fund incorporates all others. That is part of that institution. So you are talking about accountability and transparency there. That's fine. We leave it as it is. Yes, honorable members. So somebody's tag is up. Is it on the same issue? No. I think you said you want it this way. We have had you on your own. We are getting different opinions, and now the minister is on board, and everybody is now on board to leave it as it is. This is where we are building a consensus. Are we okay with that? Now, honorable member for Kiang West, you said you wanted something else.
Yes. On G.
Yes.
Take resource mobilization activities to raise money for the fund. Resource mobilization seems like the activities of the the executive director and the secretariat. And it's like we are leaving them very redundant, because these are some of the strategies. They need to develop strategies and try to mobilize resources, based on partnerships outside or within for the institution.
Honorable, the board that does those things. The day-to-day administration is the secretariat. Operation, what the board decides and give them money, they have their own program to run based on the policies of the board and the objectives of the institution. That's what they run. How to get money, how to do that is the board. It's not an executive director. All right, honorable members, can we now put it to vote? And it means we have only amended.
Just to amended 11A. I don't think.
Honorable members, we only amended A and develop and approve policies. C, we have not done any amendment on C.
No, we don't do any amendment.
We have no amendment on C. The only amendment we have is A.
Yeah.
It is proposed that clause 11, functions of the board stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. Ayes have it.
Clause 12, appointment and qualifications of a non-ex officio member of the board.
It is proposed.
Thank you. Clause 12.2. 12.2 is saying the non-ex officio members of the board shall be appointed from amongst persons of integrity, knowledge, expertise, experience, and independence in matters relevant to the functions of the board. So I think we just put full stop after experience. Because if we say independence in matters relevant to the board, what functions of the board? You want somebody to be appointed who will be independent in matters of the. So the quality of persons that the president needs is integrity, knowledge, expertise, and experience. That has covered it. But if we say,
Mr. Chair.
I think it's like I said, it's okay as it is, because independent in matters relevant to the function of the board. The functions of the board are already listed on subclause 11. It cannot be an open-ended. You need to look at those things, corroborate it if they are relevant to those things. You think the person is as a set like that. No, I'm not saying that.
Mr. Chair.
And relevant to the functions of us. What do they mean by that?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I think it's okay. This thing is okay this way, because the board knows the matters that are relevant to the board itself. So I think it's better we maintain it this way.
What we are saying is independence relevant. What is independence relevant to the matters of the board? Well, can you explain that?
Well, the board knows its functions.
No, we
Honestly, we are after the context of what is here.
Speaker, let me
We don't
paraphrase.
understand. Explain that for us.
Let me paraphrase my submission.
Because what he is saying is, we stop at experience. But now to say independence in matters.
The other point.
In matters relevant to the functions of the board. I don't understand that.
Let me paraphrase
in
my
what?
submission.
Swipe, are you suggesting?
Pardon?
Asking Swipe whether he's suggesting that we delete the word independence.
No, he's saying we remove the whole. Honorable member is saying that from experience, all the others are not relevant. We remove it.
Chairman,
Yes.
let me paraphrase. I support him on that.
You will support him now.
Yes, experience in matters relevant to the function of the board.
That one, I don't even understand. What do they mean by
Yeah.
that?
So we stop there. Thank you. We go.
Honorable members, the proposal is that non-ex officio members of the board shall be appointed from among persons of integrity, knowledge, expertise, and experience. And experience, full stop. It is proposed that clause 12, appointment and qualifications of a non-ex officio member of the board, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 13, tenure of office of non-executive members of the board.
It is proposed that clause 13, tenure of office of non-executive members of the board, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 14, meetings of the board.
It is proposed that clause 14, meetings of the board, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 15, disclosure of interest.
It is proposed that clause 15, disclosure of interest, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 16, board committees.
Yes. It is. Yes.
Yes, the committee proposed clause 16. 16.1.
Yes, go ahead, honorable member for councillor.
Yes, thank you. A proposal of amendment is featured that 16.1 should be amended. Clause 16.1.
Yes, we have had you. Any order? No. Now, honorable member, the proposal is 16.1. The council may establish, instead of the council may establish, the board may establish. It is proposed that clause 16, board committees stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable member for Woolly East. Honorable, honorable, yes, but you listen also. I have told you, let's complete this. If I don't call you, then you call my attention. Yes, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. Use the microphone.
Clause 15. 1. You know, if you read it, it says a board member who has a direct or an indirect interest in a matter for consideration shall. That's how it should flow. But what is there is by the shall. Have you seen that? Yes. That's all that I want to.
Indeed, we are going to.
Honorable member, move the motion.
Honorable Chairperson, move the motion to rescind our earlier decision on clause.
I second, Honorable Speaker. It's moved and seconded.
Yes.
That our earlier decision on clause 15, disclosure of interest, be rescinded.
Yes.
Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no.
Those not in favor, please say no.
The ayes have it.
The ayes have it. No, we want to complete this one. We come on, we open it up. Now it is open. Now the proposal is, after 15.1, the second line, matter for consideration by the cell, should be matter for consideration shall by this be removed. You will follow that? Okay? Now, Honorable Minister, you said you have something on 15. Huh? It's in agreement. Okay. Honorable members, I now put the question. It is proposed that clause 15, disclosure of interest, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Committees and persons invited by the meeting of the council. So the board,
yeah,
or wherever it appears now.
Whenever we use council,
yes,
it should be replaced by the board.
Yeah, we've already said that.
Pardon?
When we use it, we said wherever it appears.
Okay, then that's fine. Then we just put board. So it is, I don't think, then it means, anyway. It is proposed that clause 17 allowances stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 18, ministerial directives.
It is proposed that clause 18, ministerial directives, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Part 4, financial provisions. Clause 19, sources of money for the fund.
Honorable Woolley East.
Yeah, I'm just clause 1, subsection 1. Clause 19.1. It says the sources of money for the fund shall include monies. So I just say sources for the fund. The sources for the fund shall include, and we remove of money. Sources, the sources. No, he said the sources of money for the fund.
Mr. Chair.
Right, they are saying you are saying the sources for the fund shall include. No, they are saying that the heading is sources of money for the fund. And then it is only befitting that the sources of money for the fund be left as it is. We shall include monies derived, etc., etc. Just people,
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Honorable Member for Serekunda.
Yeah, okay. This reminds me of the Finance and Audit Manual of the Local Government Act. It states funds of the fund. It should be funds of the fund.
Yeah.
Shall, and then it goes.
But remember, this one is talking about the sources of money for the fund. This is money. Huh?
Shouldn't only limit it to money. You go through, you will see there are funds of the funds also to F, grants, gifts.
them a gift of something else.
G, look at that. Okay. No. Chairman, I think they have a point.
No, they don't have.
They don't have where? How?
You know why?
Since we are dealing with law, since we are dealing with law,
you are qualifying G with the heading. Exactly. I understand. Chair, they have a point. We are qualifying G now. G has grant, donation, gift, and other relevant contribution to the fund. So now we have to qualify it with the heading that funds add S.
Yeah.
a piece of land as a gift to the fund, Honorable Speaker. Chair.
Sources of monies, the sources of monies for the fund, not of any other thing. This is what they are enumerating.
Well, let's go.
So when you go to where you talk about gift, they expect that gift will be money, because he is specific to monies.
Speaker, let's go. They are okay with it.
Now, they will not accept anything which is not money. That's what they are saying.
This one is dealing only with money. Yes. Honorable member.
Yes, Honorable Chair, this is a new one under sub 1B. This is a new one under sub 1G, 19.1B. Monies that accrues to the fund from investment made by the fund. And do we give them investment rights in the other clauses? Do they have mandate to invest? And we are here talking about monies accrued to the fund from investment made by the fund.
Back again?
Yes, I mean whether in the mandates of the board, in other areas or functions of the fund, whether there are investment mandates that are giving, that are donated in this bill for them to be able to invest. And this is what this other subclause is saying, monies that accrues to the fund from investment made by the fund. And if so, then
whether there are any clauses that empowers the fund to accrue money from investment?
To invest.
If you go to page 8, D, you said invest some monies of the fund in safe security as it may consider financial benefits to fulfill the objectives of the fund. In this clause, page 8, you have given them the right to invest.
Yes.
So
all right.
it means that automatically this
fine.
Okay.
That's the question is answered. Now, but what is the difference here? A is monies, M-O-N-I-E-S. B is money. C is monies, M-O-N-E-Y-S. Which one is which?
Just send it back.
Huh?
No, it's not choice. It's an error. Let's take it back. We cannot be dealing with that here. Honestly.
No, but we cannot send this thing. We have to go.
We have to tidy it.
Yes, they have to. We have to do it here because otherwise it will not be done. What do you use? Money or monies?
They are all correct.
Yes, Honorable Member for Woolly is.
Yes, Chair, when you say M-O-N-I-E-S, that is different type of money. different type of money. If you just put S, you are just pluralizing monies. That's what it means. So I think they want to say IES.
Chair, no. Where we are is one A is monies, 1B is monies, MONIES, and there we remove accrue, that accrues, we remove the S. C is MONIES, and D is MONIES, and E, no, and other, yeah, fees or other monies, MONIES. And I think we have completed that one. Now that's for the proposed amendment in 19.1. And now the honorable member for Sabak Sajal, what are you saying? It is proposed that clause 19, sources of money for the funds, start part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The aye.
Clause 20, bank account of the fund.
It is proposed that clause 20, bank account of the fund, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 21, expenses of the fund.
It is proposed that clause 21, expenses of the fund, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 22, estimates, accounts, and audits.
Yes, honorable member for.
Yes, sorry, clause 21, there is amendment in clause 21 too.
There is?
Or as we said, wherever it appears. That's okay. It's all right. Let's move on. It's okay.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Propose that clause 22, estimates, accounts, and audits stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 23, annual report.
Is showing some amendments in 23.
Which one? 23, no amendment.
Clause 23, from your report, it seems as you have a proposed amendment.
No, we don't have that from 19 to 23. Then our next amendment will be 24 to 27.
Honorable, on your report, what I have is clause 23, regulations. Recommendation. The committee Listen, please. The committee proposes that clause 23, as stated in the bill, stands part of the bill, with amendment in the numbering to be now numbered as clause 26 regulation.
Correct.
That's your proposal.
No, it's keep our mind. It's correct, Chair.
Now, can you explain to us what we want?
Yes. Yeah, looking at this, the numbering is not in order, so we want to change its numbering, linking from 23, then 24 also will follow suit to 27.
Well, that's what I don't understand now. Because we are from 20.
There's regulation.
We are honorable, please. We are from 20. We came to clause 21.
Yes.
We just came from estimates, accounts, and audits, which is clause 22, and clause 23 is annual report. You are now talking about the number in 23. How?
No, wait. If you look at page 11.
Page
11. Part 4.
On the
page 11.
Yeah, on the bill itself. On the bill. Page 11, part 4. You see part 4?
Yes.
Financial provisions.
Yes.
Then let's continue. You will not see part 5. And then you have part 6. So we want to leave that with the table office and the ministry to sort out. The numbering there is not correct.
So now name it as part 5.
Yeah, you have part 4 and part 5. Baringo.
Not the clause number, but the part.
Listen to the committee.
Now, you have part 6. You know, you don't have part 5. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and then all what that proposal would be is that part 5 be renamed, part 6 be renamed part 5.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
It is proposed that clause 23, annual report, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Part 5, miscellaneous provisions.
Part 6.
Okay, part. Okay.
Part
6, miscellaneous provisions. Clause 24, operating policies and procedures.
It is proposed that part 6, miscellaneous provisions, be changed to part 5. And it is proposed, sorry, let me put that question. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. It is proposed that clause 24, operating policies and procedures, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 25, tax exemption.
It is proposed that clause 25, tax exemption, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Go ahead. No, I have already proposed.
Clause 26, regulations.
It is proposed that clause 26, regulations, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Now you can come up. Honorable members, our technical support, our draft people, they are making reference to clause 20. 20. I told them, why should they wait until now to comment on it? They also said the committee should have been inviting them to their various committee meetings for advice.
We don't fight.
The draft persons of the parliament we are talking about, you know that. No, but if you are dealing with something legal, they are here to give backup to you people. No, that's what they are saying.
We understand what they are saying, but we have schedules that is shared to everybody in the parliament here, including everybody knows when committees meet. So during the special invitation,
you said what?
I said we have a schedule that is approved by the bureau by all the bureaus, and that is shared across all the parliamentarians and also the support staff. So do we need an extra invitation for them to come? This is the question.
When you have two of them, and the committees are meeting at the same time, it becomes difficult.
Exactly.
Yes, but what they are, that's their also defense. Meaning, you try to do it in a way, if you are dealing with bills, you try to do it in a way that, so far there are two, you have two at a time, two meetings at a time.
But
that's their proposal.
We understand, and we'll have.
And if we are not doing it, that's fine, but that's their proposal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
And what they are saying in 20, they quoted the Public Finance Act, which talks about opening of bank accounts. And there are more stringent, that one is more stringent than what we have here. So that in that one, is after consultations with the accountant general that you can open it. It's not in consultation with him. And two, you may be in consultation with the permanent secretary or whatever, but for the accountant general, they determine basically whether you can open the account or not. So this one is a little bit weaker and therefore not in conformity with the Public Finance Act. You don't understand? Are you saying you don't understand? All right, let me try it again. Here it reads, the fund shall create bank account where all monies of the fund shall be deposited subject to the approval of the board in consultation with the accountant general. This one is in consultation with the accountant general. They are talking about after consultations with the accountant general, because the emphasis is it cannot be done. In consultation is different from after consultations. Now, and what they are trying to say is, so far it's talking about public funds, and we have the PPA. Why don't we take what the PPA means and translate that directly into this one, than doing it differently, so that there are contradictions in what is there. That's their concern. No harms. All right? So what I ask them to do is make a proposed draft. Are you listening? Yes. You are not listening.
I'm doing two things.
Yes, that's why I asked whether you are listening. You make a proposal now, so that we would put that there now, because we cannot leave it open. And So what I was suggesting to them, and that you have to approve, is that so far we are in agreement that let them coin this one to align with what is in the PPA. Then if we agree on that, it means we just allow them to coin it, and that therefore this one we will rescind our decision, amend it to that, and then we continue. Because for them to do that, they have to look and do a lot of things. We will be sitting waiting. But are you bringing in a new item on this, on what I'm saying? Yes, go ahead.
What I mean is, the issues they have realized are not in line with the Public Finance Act. These issues should be advanced, and they tell us these are. Is it that we have in the bill which are not in line?
So we try to align it with it. There is already an act that manages this opening of accounts. That's what they said. And now we direct them to make sure it is aligned with that. And then we will put that there instead of what is there.
That's okay.
Yes. And they are talking about tax exemption on at clause 25. They are still looking at it. But I told them, this one is very simple. The fund is exempt from payment of any form of corporate tax. I don't know what they are going to say. Because we are saying that in this particular issue, no, don't pay corporate tax. Pardon?
I'm reading this constitutional position.
Because of the nature of it, this is a fund. No. What we are saying is, we are proposing.
You know, on the issue of the corporate tax, you know, when you look at the Constitution, 149, sub 3, it says, where any law confers power on any person or authority to waive or vary a tax imposed by any law, the exercise of that power in favor of any person or authority shall be subject to the approval of the National Assembly. When we enact this, the National Assembly is being proactive to waive that tax. So it doesn't infringe on the Constitution.
Honorable, that's why I was waiting for them.
Yes.
They have not yet brought about, they are reading and reading, but they have not brought in anything yet.
Yeah, it doesn't.
They are saying something to me, I am in disagreement with them on that.
Okay,
So we are waiting for them.
I mean, it doesn't infringe, because we have been proactive to waive it now, instead of asking them to come when there's an operator every time. So this one.
Are you saying indirectly that whatever you may come to learn, you are leaving it as it is?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Then a ruling is taken.
No, you see, it's a body corporate. We all
let me
understand.
give.
Chair. Okay.
but for us, we are comfortable. All right? So, honorable members, what I will do is, we will now move a motion to open 20, to rescind our decision on 20. Yes, clause 20, bank account of the fund.
Yes,
Yes, go ahead.
You know, the fund shall create bank accounts where all monies of the fund shall be deposited subject to the approval of the board and the accountant general. And then you remove consultation because the Public Finance Act says that they need to have approval from the accountant general.
No,
So
what you read?
Yeah.
No, what he said, what he read to me was not approval. Let him read. Read.
Public Finance Act is
approval.
approval. Public Finance Act. Yes.
What is there?
Person shall not open an official account in any domestic or foreign bank without the authority of the Accountant General in consultation with the Permanent Secretary, except for commercial bank accounts which must be approved by the Minister on the recommendation of the Accountant General. And we don't know what those accounts.
But yeah, you are now talking about authority. Then it means without approval.
Sorry?
Am I right? Approval.
Yes, you need approval.
For Accountant General. And then, so,
There's an exception. Except
Honorable, you know, in the PPA, there is an exception to seeking Accountant General's approval, where only the minister, following consultations with the minister, how do we frame it?
No.
That's why I said,
yes,
let's allow them to frame it, to coin it in a way that it captures everything.
Yes.
But it is clear that the account should not be opened without the approval of the Accountant General, because it stays without the authority. And I think authority is approval. So that's why I said we allow them to coin it, bring it about it, and then it will be inserted. Or we wait for it until they do it. We wait. Yeah? But are you people? But are they working on it? Is my question.
While they are working on that,
they are not. Are you working on it?
No, we are not working.
They are not working on it.
We have other things. We have the bill to work on.
Chair, I think the simplest, just like as I read, with authority from the board and the accountant general, simple. That covers whether it's
no, there are exceptions to it.
No, we understand, and that is for commercial banks. Yes.
The section in the Public Finance
No.
Act in itself is not a simple provision, because there's a proviso except for commercial bank accounts which must be approved by the minister. Now, what are those commercial bank accounts? I don't know. I need to peruse the Finance Act to know which accounts those are.
He said, except for commercial bank accounts,
Yes, exactly.
which must be approved by the minister.
Exactly.
But they are saying they don't know those commercial accounts until they go through the whole act itself to see what definitions are given before they can formulate this. That's what they are saying.
Yes, Chair. Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I think it's a simple matter. You see, all government institutions are expected to open an account at the Central Bank of the Gambia. But there are instances where they will need to create an account at the commercial banks. And when you're going to open an account at the commercial banks, you are required to get authority from the accountant general. And that is done simply because when the government accounts are being consolidated, the accountant general must know all the accounts that belong to the government. And that's why they need to know. So that when they're doing the consolidation, they will have a report of all the accounts at the central bank and all the accounts at the commercial banks. Exactly. So if we approve the board and it's a finish, simple.
They are saying that now they want to remove everything and said the bank account.
Yes, Chair. Chair. Now we have a solution here. You see, simplest one. Just yes, the simplest one. We will say the funds bank accounts shall comply with the Public Finance Act.
That is the shortcut type they are proposing.
Okay. So
and they are, you know, these legal people, sometimes if you are not very strong, they can take you to the roof and will be hanging there floating.
And sometimes they will try to make you confused, but it's okay. But this is the simplest one. It has to be comply with the Public Finance Act. Simple. That's it.
Twenty-two-three. I just want us to rescind our earlier decision and just do the correction there. The funds shall kept proper. You will see that. We just changed that. The funds shall keep proper records and books of accounts. Keep instead of kept. Just that little correction.
But chair, this passed through cabinet, passed through Minister of Justice. But exactly. So that tells you that we are human.
That's why we are rectifying.
No. In fact, it shows that we are all human.
No, that's why.
Honorable member, Abba Salum is correct. We are whatever omissions they may have, we are supposed to see those ones. So, but we are not doing it. Some of us only start reading with us here. When we should have read it and see and mark all our concerns and everything, so that by the time we are here, it's closed. Honorable, you know what I want? I just want us to put this thing, interpretation clause 2. I'll put the question. It is proposed that clause 2, interpretation, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Now, in clause 22(3), please move that clause 22 be rescinded.
On clause 22(3).
No,
22(3).
22.
Seconded.
It is moved and seconded that we rescind our earlier decision on clause 22, estimates, accounts, and audits. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. So the earlier decision is rescinded. And we go now for the proposed amendment. Clause 22(3), the funds shall keep, not kept. It is proposed that clause 22, estimates, accounts, and audits stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Thank you very much. It is proposed that clause 22, estimates, accounts, and audits stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Now we go to clause 20. 22. The amendment is 22(3). All right, honorable members, 22(3), 22. Have you got the proposal now? 22? Huh? Can you,
Where is it?
Huh?
It's not okay.
All right, can we listen to the proposal by Mr. Honorable Member for Opasal? Opasal, on 20, can we hear your proposal?
My proposal is the funds bank accounts shall comply with the Public Finance Act.
Huh? What is that? What? Huh? What is this one saying? You know what they are telling me? He's saying that before it complies with it, it has to be opened. Meaning you create it.
No, the compliance is talking about the prerequisites that you have to do before you open it. And that is to get authority from the board and also the accountant general's office. So it means before you open the account, you must be compliant with the act. The act is telling you you must get authority from the accountant general. So it's simple. Unless they want to complicate things.
What about this thing? When you say the fund shall create bank account where all monies of the fund shall be deposited, subject to the public accounts, I don't know, PPA, Public Finance Act.
That's also fine. That's also fine. If
what they are questioning is it has to be created first before it can comply with it.
No, we'll accept that. Let's take that, we move. We'll take that.
Now, let's hear from them, because that's my personal suggestion.
My position.
Mm-hmm. This is the suggestion coming from them. It says the fund shall open an official account in accordance with the Public Finance Act. Are we comfortable? Honorable Minister, you are comfortable?
Yeah, okay with that.
Uh-huh. The fund shall open An official account. Nini kudo na tantata alafam. It is proposed that clause 20, bank account of the firm. Have you opened it? Yes. I have put it in the digit. It is proposed that clause 20, bank account of the firm, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Yeah. What? Honorable members, the process is completed. The House now resumes. Honorable members, the House now resumes. Honorable members, the third reading of the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2025 is scheduled for Friday, 28 March 2025, for the Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to move for its third reading. However, before this date, the Office of the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology is hereby urged to comply with Standing Order 7220, sub 20, to ensure that the amended version of the bill is printed and circulated to members in advance. Thank you very much. Honorable members, I think this is the best time for us to go for break. It's already 14:06. How long? Yeah? It's 14:06. What time? 14:30? Oh, pardon?
$4:30. Hey, hey, 2:30. 2:30. No, by 2:30.
He's hungry.
2:30.
You make us confused. Honorable, it's 25 now, 25 minutes to half past. In that case, you have 25 minutes break. Or are you insisting on 30 minutes so that we say 25 minutes to 3?
Cannot talk here.
It's an option. We can say half past 2.
I agree. 2:30 we come back.
Half past 2.
We come back, yes.
Is there a countable? Yes?
Yes.
Half past 2.
Half past 2, yes.
So, honorable members, half past 2 is okay.
Yes.
So the house is suspended until 14:30.